Hi James, thanks for your help. I started Qenda therapy with 4 scoops a day, two in the morning, two in the evening in June. June, July, August, September, November, so that's where we're at. So I tried to reduce the dose a little. And I've completed 4 months. From the fourth month, the symptoms of um, of ulcerative colitis disappeared. Wonderful. So I've tried to reduce the dose a little, but always maintaining intake. In the fifth month, the blood returns and discharges increase. But for me, the discharges have never deceased less than 4 or 5 a day. I eat lots of raw vegetables and fruit because I like it so much, but I don't think that's the problem. I still see lots of white balls, perhaps eggs of the worms. Would like to know if I'll be able to see a calm, or will this continue? Am I full of worms? Would like to have a comparison. Thank you. So, Quenda got rid of the blood after 4 months. You started, reduce the dose a little, but always maintaining intake. So, when you said you reduce the dose, yeah, so obviously, ideally, we do a 4 month protocol, and that's enough time to get all the parasites out of the body. What I found is if people, one, are not having the right diet, or if their living environments is conducive to getting more parasites or breathing in mold spores, their symptoms can obviously continue. I actually had this for a long time, and that's why I relied on the Quenda quite a lot, because I actually had damp and mold in our house. Um, so if you have got damp or mold, well, definitely do like a mold test, or if you ever had any water damage in your house, you can pretty much, or a leak or anything, you can pretty much guarantee that there will be mold in there, because building materials, once they get wet, they are just prime for making mold and fungus and for it to grow. So, and then you say you eat a lot of raw vegetables and fruit because you like it so much. Yeah, obviously, when you got diagnosed with ulcerative colitis, like the doctors, tell you to go on like a low fiber diet. I know when I had ulcerative colitis, if I ever had, like before I had the Quenda, if I had ever had any raw fruit or veg, it would go right through me. Like if I peeled like a cucumber, it'll be a little bit better. But yeah, the fiber in raw vegetables is very likely creating a lot of inflammation in your intestines. Obviously, you can get organic vegetables. Like if you're not having organic vegetables, they're sprayed with so many chemicals that they could be irritating your gut. Unwashed fruit and vegetables can have parasites on them as well. Walking barefoot outside, having pets in the home, you can get parasites from. With you saying you're getting little white balls, obviously I don't know your full diet. That could be like undigested fats coming out. Like if you're having like cream or anything like that, undigested fats can come out. I actually had some little white balls coming out, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" And it was because I was putting too much collagen into my protein shake. You're only supposed to put 2 tablespoons, but I just used to pour the bag in to get extra protein. And the problem with that was it was all congealing. So yeah, you can get white in your stools from undigested fats, and you will be able to see that if normally there's like a bit of an oily coating on top of the toilet when you've been. However, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the raw vegetables is just far too much for your digestive system, because, like I said, it's normally diet and or environment, diet, lifestyle, and environment that's the creating the epigenetics to turn the genes on to create the ulcerative colitis. And I think raw veg is just too much for your digestive system. Um, yes, some raw veggies, like if you can tolerate it, like I said, like I used to peel cucumbers and have that raw. Obviously, cucumbers actually classed as a fruit. So I think raw fruits are fine. You've got to be careful with the skins, but raw vegetables, I really think that's a bit much for you, Eleanor. That would be the obvious one. And if it's not the raw vegetables, or it could be that as well as damp or mold in the house. And like I said, if you've got any of the other factors that's creating parasites, like unwashed fruit and vegetables, and or the vegetables that you're having raw, of like not in the clean 15, like you can search clean 15 and dirty dozen, and that tells you the 15 ingredient like whole foods that are not organic, that are safer, they have lower levels of pesticides and chemicals in them, whereas the Dirty Dozen, that's the 12 organic foods that have the most pesticides in them and the most toxins in them that can irritate the gut. So yeah, mate, like I would definitely be cooking the vegetables and seeing how well you tolerate them. Like see if you can tolerate them more. I think raw vegetables is the obvious one in there. Eleanor, I know they taste so nice, but yeah, sometimes you've got to give your body what it wants, not what your brain wants. And yeah, and make sure you don't have damp and mold in your house and everything else I've mentioned. And then let us know how you get on. And I think what's happened when you was having the Qenda, 2 scoops in the morning, 2 scoops in the evening, that was helping reduce the inflammation of the intestines that the raw veg would normally be coming in, because how fibre used to feel like someone scraping along the inside of my intestines whenever I had raw fruit or vegetables. So it can be very hard on the digestive system, which is why so many people are going back, swinging the other way. The pendulum swung so far towards veganism and stuff like that, and then people are realizing that it's just not right for their bodies, so they're swinging the other way and going on to like autoimmune diets, like SCD diets, meat-based diets and stuff like that, because it's less inflammation. And yeah, you said, so it'd be really interesting to see if you put a picture of them white balls, if you did want to put it on the group, and see what other people have to say on it as well. But yeah, like I said, I've had white balls previously, and that was when I was having. I've originally thought it was undigested fats, and it was actually just because I was putting too much collagen in my milkshakes, and it was congealing. So yeah, hopefully that helps.